You know, sometimes I really look at the amount of free will that we have in our lives and think that some of us have a little bit too much of it. I feel as if people lack attention in their daily lives outside of the internet, so they spend time hating. One, because it's easier to hate than it is to like or love. And two, they're more likely to get reactions out of people to fill the lonely void in their lives. Oh yeah, and three, some people actually get paid to give their shitty opinions. I want to start off by saying that I am one of the biggest God of War fanboys of all time. Kratos is my favorite video game character of all time as well. I would literally go to the front lines of battle and give my life for this fictional character. So naturally, for God of War to switch from Kratos to another character, that would understandably cause some sort of uproar, specifically from a group of people in a musty corner of the internet. I hate that this is my second time doing this sort of video, but for something I love so much, I really can't help it, so fuck it. I'll take the bait again. The first thing these low IQ God of War haters are gonna point to is the fact that this game is bearing the God of War title. Surprise, surprise. I mean, this is the easiest thing that they can point out. And let's be real here, the game could have just been simply called Laufey, and that still wouldn't have mattered to them. This game could be better than the 2018 and the Ragnarok games, and people would still bitch and complain. It's what they do best. I refuse to believe that these people actually exist outside of the internet. Like, why would you buy a game that you already hate conceptually just so that you can bitch and complain about it anyway? Why would you bother yourself in doing something that you don't even like? For attention online, you attention whore! That's all it is, it has to be. Understand that I'm not talking about God of War fans who'll end up playing this game and feel as if the writing for Faye's character is weak, or the pacing of the game is ass, or the enemy variety is lacking, or the boss fights are underwhelming. Those would all be valid criticisms of the game, whether I agree or disagree whenever this shit drops. But what I can't understand are the blind haters who blatantly hate on everything just to push their weak-ass agendas. This agenda shit is so tiring. The funny thing about all of this was while the state of play was going on, I literally just landed from my vacation trip. I hopped into a car on my way back home, and while I'm watching it and I hear that God of War humming, I'm smiling from ear to ear. Me just seeing Faye do a double jump just had me smirking so damn hard in the back of the car, man. I felt like a little fucking kid, to be honest. The thought of Faye being more busted than Kratos because his knees are completely cooked. While I'm watching all of that, you know what's going on? A group of people somewhere already copied and pasted their essays, shitting all over this preview of this game. Now, God of War is a very popular PlayStation game with a large fan base, so I don't doubt that there are God of War fans who did not care to see this game at all. But I also can't help that within the hateful community of hating ass bitches, that some of these people have never played a God of War game. Yet they waste no time swarming around this game just to start shitting on it. Just because. They don't care that Faye's a warrior who's raw as hell, who went up against Thor and fought against Kratos and has all of this giant magic at her disposal. They don't care. People have already made up in their minds that they're going to dislike this no matter what they see. Within these 20 plus minutes, it could have been some of the best combat that they've seen, it could have been some of the best soundtrack that they've heard, this could have been some of the best voice acting, and even one of the hypest things in the video game that they've seen in some time. But they will downplay it because it doesn't feed into their agenda. An agenda that seemingly hates lead female characters unless they're the sexiest thing that AI has created. Not to get too condescending here, but I've seen the faces of some of these people behind these accounts. On rare occasions, I've even seen their significant others. The way some of these guys talk about these female characters and how they look in these games, and saying how they need to look a little bit more like whatever Grok generated for them is insane. You would think that they and their partners are supermodels, but they're not. They're far from it. Whatever happened to just playing a game because it's fun? It's only when you snoop around online where this shit seems to be a problem. And honestly, it's not even a big issue. It's just that the loud minority is so damn predictable and repetitive, it forces me to constantly clean my feed to rid myself of these idiots. It sucks how this game probably won't even drop until 2028 October, meaning that the better part of 3 years I'm gonna see musty basement dwellers probably calling Deborah Ann Wool unattractive, pretending that the combat looks trash, and probably calling bullshit anytime Faye demonstrates an insane feat, but only to call it bullshit and immediately follow that up with how Kratos is better. We seriously had Faye out here with saucy aerial combat, sweet chin music kicking enemies into the air, blocking and parrying with one arm while my guy Kratos is still using a shield and can't even dunk on a regulated rim. There's a giant flying cat, and all of this is happening within a completely different realm with what seems to be an amalgamation of several different mythologies. But yet, there's still going to be people who say shit like,
"This is some woke slop."
I don't even know what that means anymore. What does woke mean to these people? They call everything woke. The term has definitely lost its meaning for quite some time. Then you got others who love to be like, no one asked for this game. Hey, hello there. I'm no one. The wholly fake elitist gamers who believe certain games are beneath them, who would probably say something like this is worse than the previous 2 games. These are some of my favorite people online. In the words of Jay-Z, "Niggas want my old shit, buy my old album." Part of me genuinely wants to understand the psychology behind this trend of shitting on story-based games with female leads. Because when I was growing up, people weren't shitting on female video game characters. Granted, a lot of them were built like Chun-Li and Mai, which is why I believe this is more of an issue with games that are more focused on story. Or maybe it really is about being attractive enough, but a game can have an attractive female lead and be ass. It's almost as if that crowd of people who constantly hate on games would much rather a weaker story if the lead character looks good. Look here, man. I love me a beautiful woman, okay? But is that going to build or ruin my experience in a video game? No! This shit isn't even a secondary requirement for me. We are talking about video games here, not something to beat your dick to. But now if a female character is too attractive, we enter Gooner territory with a different community that's pretty much the other side of the coin. You know, I'm over here worried about the plot holes that this game might cause with the 2018 and Ragnarok games, while some idiot who hasn't seen the inside of a gym since high school and plays shit like this is gonna end up complaining about why the armors for Faye aren't sexy enough to justify playing this game. If a game is fun, why does it matter if the lead is a male or a female? This game seems to be doing some dope shit. I understand being a bit sour that you're not playing as Kratos, but if you're him, then the concept of this game would be completely different, and sorry, but this shit looks interesting. Anyway, in my attempt to understand these sorts of miserable people better, I've came up with a list. A list that these miserable people might actually like. From my understanding, the female protagonist of a game must be extremely beautiful, but not overly sexualized, but still attractive enough to have Rule 34 content so you can secretly beat off to her when your mom leaves home for work. She has to be competent, but believably competent, because she can't be more useful than her male counterparts. If she's strong, she can't be stronger than men. She must be heterosexual because being gay is woke. She can't take up the mantle of a previous male lead, and if she does, she isn't allowed to outshine them because that's pandering. And she can't ever be annoying. Is that it? Did I get everything? Anyway, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to learn more about Faye in this realm she's in. I'm curious to see if she'll run into any victims of Kratos from his early days. I'm also curious how this game will impact future God of War games.